Joke overview.
看笑话。
An overweight girl's confession. An overweight girl got off the bus and she looked upset. Her friend asked her what was wrong. She said, "The bus was so full, the bus driver stopped more people from getting on." Then what? Then I received your phone call, so I got off the bus. I heard the bus driver say, "Get on the bus. Now we have space for 3 more people." Key words.
学词语。公交车，
Bus,
公交车，公交车。然后，
then,
然后，然后。赶紧，
hurry,
赶紧，赶紧。公交车，然后，赶紧。公交车，然后，赶紧。公交车，然后，赶紧。公交车，然后，赶紧。
make a sentence.
学句子。你下了公交车，然后换乘地铁。
You get off the bus and change to the subway.
你下了公交车，然后换乘地铁。你下了公交车，然后换乘地铁。
Review.
复习。公交车，然后，赶紧。公交车，然后，赶紧。你下了公交车，然后换乘地铁。你下了公交车，然后换乘地铁。
An overweight girl's confession. An overweight girl got off the bus and she looked upset. Her friend asked her what was wrong. She said, "The bus was so full, the bus driver stopped more people from getting on." Then what? Then I received your phone call, so I got off the bus. I heard the bus driver say, "Get on the bus. Now we have space for 3 more people." Do you understand?
你明白了吗？
Today I will introduce the 10th basic knot, the panchang or mystic knot. It is a tilted double square design. Actually, the term panchang comes from Buddhism. It is one of the main treasures of Buddhism. The term panchang means eternity and represents eternity. The mystic knot resembles the Buddhist panchang disc. So this is how this knot got its name. Due to these connotations, the mystic knot is used extensively. Now let's begin to study the knotting method for the mystic knot. This knot is relatively difficult. Moreover, we will need some help from safety pins. Now, we will use number 5 gauge string, about 2 meters. We fold it in half. Then we fix the middle of the string to the baseboard. Let one end of the string spread out here. The one below here stretches horizontally. About 6 centimeters from the center pin. Insert a pin to fix the string, come back again and fix it again. Now come back again and fix again. I will leave a little extra space and make this slightly larger so everyone can see clearly. First, we are learning this 4-row mystic knot. This is obviously a name that describes 4 rows of string. After we have pinned 4 rows, the lower part of the string turns an angle like this. It turns upwards. Continue pinning each bend of the string. Now let's find our regular crochet hook and slide it underneath all of the horizontal rows. Continue threading the string from above. Stick a pin. Use the crochet hook again to help pull the string under the rows. This is the first string. There are 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the completed sequence for the first string tail. Now let's start on the second string tail. Continue using the crochet hook, but we need to pay close attention here. This is complicated. These are the 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4. We lift up rows 4 and 2. Then we use the hook to pull the tail through. Adjust the length to fix. Stick a pin here. Go around the top pin and continue by lifting rows 4 and 2. Pull the hook through. Remember to pin both on top and bottom. Now, we have to find another tool, the large steel needle. Thread the string through the needle. We can look now and see We have made 4 horizontal rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we have made many columns. 4 were made with the first string and 4 were made with the crochet hook. So there are 8 together. We can try to remember with this saying. Let's start here. In between the second and third rows, lift 1, press 3, lift 1, press 2. Now we have to bring the string back again. To finish the 4th horizontal row, the saying on the first pass was lift 1, press 3, lift 1, press 2. When we come back from the other side, we are trying to make it symmetrical. Before it was lift 1, press 2. Now we have to remember, rather than press 2, it is now lift 2. Lift 2, press 1. Lift 3, press 1. This is exactly the opposite.
From which country? A 7-year-old Chinese girl was watching TV with her uncle. They were watching a football game together. The uncle said to his niece, "Black hair is Chinese. Red or blonde hair are from another country." The uncle was not sure his niece understood, so he said again, "Chinese people have black hair." "I see. My grandfather has white hair. Where is my grandfather from?" asked the little girl. Awful. Mr. Wang said to his 2 friends proudly, "My wife gave birth to twins after reading the book 2 Happy Brothers." "That's a piece of cake," one of his friends replied. "My wife gave birth to triplets after reading The 3 Musketeers." Having heard what they both said, the third friend burst into a shocked cry. "My God, how awful it would be! I must go home at once, since my wife is reading Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves." Reply. A Scotsman was going to London and he wanted to visit his old friend on the way. He forgot the address, so he sent a telegram to ask his father. "Do you know Thomas' address? Please reply quickly." He received the reply the same day, saying, "Yes, I know it." French pub. One night in Paris, France, an American tourist walked into a pub by the river. After several drinks, The tourist found he was the last customer except for one other man who buried his head upon a table in the corner. He called the waiter to pay the check. "It's not time, not yet." "Well," responded the American, "but that gentleman must have slept there long enough. Why don't you send him home?" "Well, we'll do that when our boss says yes. He is our boss's favorite customer. Each time we wake up that gentleman, he pays the bill again and again."
Exactly the opposite which maintains the symmetry. On the first crossover it is lift 1, press 3, lift 1, press 2. On the second crossback it is lift 2, press 1, lift 3, press 1. In the same way, repeat these steps below each horizontal row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift 1, press 3. Lift 1, press 2. When we make the return pass, it is exactly the opposite. Lift 2, press 1. Lift 3, press 1. In general, this is quite complex. After we practice it many times, we will be much more comfortable. In the end, you will be able to tie this complicated knot. After we remove the pins, we can make adjustments to the shape and size as we like. Because of the inherent symmetry, no matter where we begin adjusting, the result will always be the same. Beginners may have some difficulty with the adjusting process, struggling to keep it straight. As you tighten it, it loosens. As you loosen it, it tightens. In actuality, we usually start from one position, continuing adjusting around and around. Like this, the size will be identical. It also becomes slightly faster to get to the desired shape and size. Okay, that is the mystic knot, a beautiful 4-row mystic knot. The top, bottom, left and right sides are all the same. It is 3-dimensional as well. It has 2 layers, one in front, one behind. This knot symbolizes the everlasting. It alludes to the eternal. So in this way, it is often used in business and career matters. people desire good business. In reference to love, it symbolizes eternal love. This Panchang mystic knot can be used in almost any Chinese knot composition. We have just learned the 4-row mystic knot. If we made 6 rows on the baseboard and continued with 6 columns, then we would have a 6-row mystic knot. This piece here is a 6-row mystic knot. I will put it down so you can see 6 rows. This is a 6-row mystic knot. In addition, the 6-row mystic knot base is slightly different here. The external loops on this mystic knot are all in a row. Here, however, the external loops are arranged asymmetrically. This is a repeating wings mystic knot. It is so lovely. If you continue knotting, you can make this kind of 8-row mystic knot. Notice that it is also symmetrical front to back. The basic type of mystic knot is the 4-row variety we have learned. However, we can say that the mystic knot has the most room for variations. With slight adjustments, many styles become possible. The biggest mystic knot must have been over 1 meter wide. The mystic knot can also be made with many different local variations. We just saw the repeating wings mystic knot. Take a look at this one. On top, there is a butterfly shape. This is a 4-row mystic knot. Some changes have been made to the basic 4-row form. It becomes a 4-row butterfly knot. There are also ways to modify it by changing the colors and placement. Look at this piece. The center piece has 4 mystic knots made using 4 different colors, placed in 4 different locations. This is a lovely composition. This piece is called Peace in 4 Seasons. The mystic knot is also known as the peace knot, so this piece is also representing peace in all seasons. The mystic knot is beautiful, but it is also one of the knots with the most abundant variations. Take a look at this fish-shaped knot. This is also made of mystic knot in 4, 6, and 8-row variations. The tail piece here is a variation on the 4-row variety. In order to make the fish shape, this part is made of 8 and 6-row knots. They are all linked together. Before, we mentioned that the mystic knot is 3-dimensional. There are front and back layers, therefore the middle is hollow. We have to stuff it with foam or cotton. In this way, we make a plump and lively fish that is really lifelike. There are so many ways to change the mystic knot form. In our future studies, we will continue to encounter and study this wonderful knot form. That is all for today.
Sign on the expressway. Seeing a car traveling at the speed of 22 kilometers per hour, a traffic policeman stopped the car on the roadside. He found 5 elderly ladies in the car with gray faces, 2 in the front seat and 3 in the rear seat. The woman driving the car seemed confused and said, "Sir, I wasn't speeding." The officer replied, "No, you weren't. But you were driving too slow, which can be a danger to other cars." "Too slow?" exclaimed the woman. "But I saw the sign say 22. The policeman smothered his laugh and explained, 22 is the number of the expressway. Then the policeman asked another question. "Is everybody all right? Why are they shaking so hard?" "Nothing serious," replied the driver.
We just got off the National Expressway, number 200.
$4. A mother asked, "Son, I gave you $4 to award you for swallowing your medicine. How did you spend them?" "I paid $2 for an ice cream and I gave $2 to Jaja next door." "Why did you give her the money?" "Because she swallowed my medicine." Boast. A man boasts to his friend, "You can't imagine what a craftswoman my wife is. She made a beautiful tie for me with the remaining cloth from her evening dress." "That's nothing at all," replied his friend. "My wife made a beautiful evening dress for herself with the remaining cloth of my tie." Mum's rules. A 3-year-old boy knocked on his 4-year-old sister's door one night. She said, "You cannot come in because Mom said that a girl should not be seen in pajamas." As the boy was about to leave, she said, "You may come in now because I took off my pajamas." Wait for 10 minutes. A husband came home from work for lunch. His wife was sleeping late and lunch was not ready. He said angrily, "I am going to eat in a restaurant." His wife jumped out of bed and asked him to wait 10 minutes. The husband asked, "The meal will be ready in 10 minutes? I need 10 minutes to get dressed to go out with you." Head exercise. A fat woman is complaining to her doctor. "Doctor, my weight has passed 90 kilograms. What shall I do?" "You should do some exercise." "What exercise should I do?" It will be some simple head exercises. From left to right, then from right to left. How many times a day? I'm not sure. Whenever someone offers to treat you, you should do the exercise until he or she leaves.